So what's up, the internet land? It's your girl Shawne here, the multipreneur entrepreneur, coming from our home office here in Boston, Mass. Now, I just have to tell you, I'm actually shooting my first live video from my laptop. So for me, it looks a little grainy. I hope you guys can see it. I got some great tips to share with you. I just want to welcome you to the Travel is Sexy Travel group, where we talk about anything and everything travel. So today's topic, well, you know what? We're gonna let Facebook go out there, build up an audience first. We're gonna see what's going on. I'm gonna check. Let me check one thing here. See if I can't find. See if I can't make sure everything's going okay. Let me see. Gonna check one thing. One thing. One thing. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. All right. Let's see here. So what's everyone up to today? Let me know if you where you're live and in from. If you're seeing this video right now, let me know where you are checking me out from. Stop through, say hi, say what's up. Yeah, let's see. What's good, Facebook? I'm super excited about today's topic, guys. If anybody knows me, you see anything that I've done, you know that travel is not just a hobby for me. It's a lifestyle. Um, I have a love affair with travel. I say that all the time, folks. People have given me a couple of different names for my travel. Of course, one being travel horror, but I live up to the title proudly, folks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this video started because I don't want to keep you guys too long. I just wanted to share something with you, and I'm not sure one if you're aware of it. But besides my love affair for travel, I had a lot of people that used to ask me questions. I love to cruise. Cruise is one of my favorite modes of transportation. And I always had a lot of people ask me a lot of questions about cruising. What's it like? You know, how much money do you need? What do you do on the ship? You know, how do you save money? I've had tons and tons of questions. So what I decided to do was take my knowledge that I had thus far and write a book, folks. And yes, that's right. I'm also a published author. I wrote a guide, the ultimate guide to cruising on a budget. What the cruise lines won't tell you that could save you thousands of dollars. And you can see right there that is written by me. You can actually get this book on Amazon. I will drop a link in the comments afterwards if you would like to get your copy. So again, I wrote this book because I had a lot of questions. And one of the things that I realized was is that when I first started cruising, which was back in 2000, um, you know, there was some information online, but you really kind of had to dig for it, or you had to really dig into the cruise brochure. They actually had brochures and booklets back then, folks. Everything now is on the internet. You just click a couple of buttons and you get the information. But again, I chose to write this because I wanted people to have a true guide of what to expect when cruising. And so I want to share, like I said, a couple of tips with you today, and we're going to talk about how you can save some money while you're cruising. So there's a chapter in the book actually. It's not a very long book, folks. It's about 9 chapters, but they're short chapters, just kind of brief and to the point. And one of the chapters talks about saving while cruising. And that's what I really want to talk to you today, folks. A lot of times we look at, we'll see a price that's published for a cruise. And let's just say we're looking at a 4-day cruise to the Bahamas and it's $199. Not bad, right? 4 days, Bahamas, $200. Okay. Now what you have to remember is that you also need your flight if you don't live in Florida or whatever port you're leaving from. So now you have to fly there. Um, your other option may be that, you know, you might want to leave a day earlier as opposed to the day of a cruise, which is something that I highly, highly, highly recommend doing. Is truly leaving the day before if funds will allow it. But again, that's one of those things where we talk about saving thousands. If you can afford to do it, if you pre-plan these things out, then it's not a surprise. And that's what this book truly is about. I don't want you to get on a cruise after you spent your $200 and then you get on the cruise ship and then now you're surprised at all the other money that you may not have planned for. So I want to really try to prepare you for as much as possible when you get there. All right. So that's what today's live is all about. Just making sure that you're prepared to do the things that you want to do and having the cash to do it. I don't want it to be what happened. I got on this cruise and now I have to spend another $200 or another $100 or whatever the case may be. So we're going to talk about a few of those things. But I encourage you all, folks, if you haven't gotten your copy, get your copy. Of course, I think it's a good read. I hope that you will too if you go to Amazon and pick it up. I think right now I got it marked down to $11, so go in, check it out. Sale will be running probably until the rest of the weekend. So grab your copy of it. Let me know what you think about it. So let's get started, folks. We're going to talk a little bit about saving while cruising. There are a couple of things that you want to, really think about when you're cruising. Now, let me say this. We're going to talk about pictures. Now, folks, from the time you start the boarding process and you're getting ready to board that ship, the photographers are everywhere. Okay, pictures, 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 and more pictures. You're going to get pictures as you're entering the ship. You're going to get pictures all throughout your cruise, 3 days, 4 days, 7 days, 10 days, doesn't matter. They're going to take pictures during dinner. They're going to take pictures on the Lido deck when you're up there partying. I mean, there's just pictures everywhere. When you go to dinner at night, they're all throughout the promenade deck there. There'll be photographers with different backdrops and backgrounds to take pictures. Now, let's talk about that for a minute. Is there anything wrong with taking those pictures? No, you're on a cruise. It's nice to look at. They're fun. You can go down to the photo gallery later and, look for, they'll have them all posted up by nights and, whatever the event was. So you can go downstairs, you can take a look at your photos and, just see how nice they are. Now, of course, you're going to want one or two, but here's my first tip, folks. The pictures on the cruise are expensive. Just one 8x10 can run you at least $25. You heard it right, folks. One 8x10, at least $25. Now you got to remember, what do photographers do? They take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots. Stand this way, pose this way, hold this, do that. So, you get downstairs and you ooh and you ah and you want this one, you want that one, and you start just picking all these different pictures. There's no problem with that, except for when you get to the register. Now they tell you that'll be $250, please, just for pictures. And it only gets worse, folks, if you take the kids. Because, of course, you got them all dressed up. They're looking cute. The boys are dressed up. They got their suits on, a shirt and tie. They're looking all handsome. Girls got their dresses on, looking all beautiful and stuff. And then they got pictures by themselves. There's pictures together. Then there's pictures with you and the kids and dad and the kids or auntie and the kids. It doesn't matter. So you get, and again, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots being taken at a time. So what I suggest is take your own pictures. It's nice to have those backdrops, but and it's nothing wrong with buying pictures. Just be mindful of that. So when you're planning and preparing for your cruise, budget out some money for pictures, $100 or $200 or $50, whatever it is. They can come smaller 5x7s, and then they'll have different sales and different things like that. So you can save a little money. But again, I just want you to be prepared in that, you can put some money aside towards your pictures if that's what you want to do. All right. The other thing I want to talk about is alcoholic beverages. Now, this can really get pricey, folks. So let's see if I can break this down for you. If you are a drinker and you like to drink, then buy the alcoholic beverage, the beverage card, okay, the drink card. Now, here's kind of the downside to that. Everyone in your cabin has to buy the card. So if you have someone who's a drinker versus someone who's not a drinker, it's a little difficult because now that person who's not a drinker has to be subjected to buying something that they're more than likely not going to use. But they can be pricey. For a 7 day cruise, a drink card can probably run you about $300-400 maybe, if not a little bit, if not a little bit more. Now I think you get on most cruise lines, everyone varies a little bit, but about 15 drinks a day. Um, Prices for the drinks are pretty much average of what you would buy in a bar somewhere. But also remember that they have happy hours all throughout the ship at different bars and stuff. So search out the different bars and the different happy hours, and try to get your drinks at a discount if you must. But again, the drink packages are expensive. If you can be cool with some water, some juice, if kids drink milk, if you can be kind of cool with that, and you drink some tea or whatever the case may be, and some coffee. I believe the coffee is free, and I know they do have some coffee bars, some specialty coffees, and those do cost extra. But if you can be satisfied with some water and some juice for the most part of your trip, then be okay with that. A soda every now and then, you will have to pay for that as well, because soda too is not included. So just think about that when your beverage, when you're thinking about buying that beverage card. I think the soda cards may run about, I want to say $60 maybe each. So again, just think about that. If it's something that you want to do, again, here's the chance and opportunity to know the information up front and put the money aside for that. All right. So that was the second one. We're gonna talk about, let's see, one more. All right. We're gonna talk about gratuities. Now, back in the day when I first started cruising, um, the cruise lines would always kind of give you a minimum of what you could pay each person each day. Because truly, folks, the men and women who work on those ships work hard, folks. They really do. And they earn most of their money by tips. And you usually tip on the last day, on that sixth day, usually for dinner at night. I try to give everyone their money. And there's usually envelopes that are be all throughout the ship, as well as in your cabin as well. And the prices have gone up over the year of what they suggest that you pay the staff. So they're talking about the cabin steward, person cleaning your room, the waiters who wait on you for dinner every night, your bartenders, the maitre d'. I mean, there's a list of people that they suggest that you pay. Now, for me, I'm truly only paying the people who are servicing me, which are my wait staff who wait on me for the whole entire 7 days that I'm on the ship. You sit at the same table every night with the same group of people with the same wait staff. So I make sure I take care of those. And I also make sure I take care of those who clean my room, come in, straighten up the room, make some wonderful towel animals, and, leave a little mint on your pillow at night. Those are my two main people that I really take care of. The wait staff, the bartenders and stuff, pretty much your gratuity is added to your bill when you order your drink. But if you feel inclined to, want to give them something extra or whatever the case may be, I would suggest, just having some single dollar bills. Nope, it's not the strip club. You're not gonna make it rain, none of that. But just to, give a couple of dollars if that's what you choose to do. Um, but what's happened lately is that I actually was in for a surprise when I went on my second to last cruise. Is that when I took my son actually 2 years ago, what Carnival decided to do was to just automatically add the gratuities in for the both of us, which came to about $80 a person, which is $160 that was just taken off my account without my acknowledgement to say, yes, this is what I want to do. But, don't fear. You can just go straight to the customer service desk and just say, hey, can you reverse my gratuity charges? I would like to pay that myself personally. And then that's what I do. I just, I decide how much I want to give each person, put it in the envelope, and make sure that I give it to them myself, you know, um, before we leave that night, at last night at dinner. And then if I see my cabin steward, I'll just leave it in the cabin for him. or her the next day. But again, you want to make sure that if that charge does get hit to your account, that you just go and ask them to remove it, and they will. One of the other things that I discovered on my last cruise actually is that now Carnival has a kiosk where you can check your account. You can check your account balance. You can take some cash off of your account. If you got money on your account, you can actually take some cash off of that as well. Um, so again, folks, those are the main three things I want to talk about today: the drink package, the gratuities, and let's see, drink package, gratuities. What was the other one I talked about? See, the mind's a terrible thing to waste. I tell you. Let's see, and the pictures. Okay, those are just three little tips I just wanted to share with you today from my book, The Ultimate Guide to Cruising. Again, folks, if you don't have this book, you yourself want to take a cruise, maybe taking a cruise, but just need a refresher. Um, Grab the book if you can. It also makes a great gift. Um, Probably next week I'm going to come to you and I'm going to share one of the main reasons. Another reason why I wrote this book was because if you have kids, it can get a little pricey on that ship, especially with their teenagers. You know, ugh, teenagers, you gotta love them. But yeah. So that's my tips, folks. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would ask you to please share it out with your friends and your family. I greatly appreciate it. Again, you can get this on Amazon. There will be a link as well. And if you're looking to plan a trip anywhere, cruise, all-inclusive vacation, doesn't matter. You can hit your girl up. Um, and as a certified travel agent, I would be more than happy to help you book your next travel extravaganza. Until the next time, this is your girl Shawne, the multipreneur entrepreneur, coming straight from my home office here in Boston, Mass. Until the next video, guys, peace out.